I'm Abby.
And I'm Keith.
Welcome to our 80s Live.
Today we are doing a huge record haul.
Recently, for my birthday, this guy got me a brand new record player, and it's way nicer than the one we had before, so we're very excited about that.
It actually plays records at the correct speed.
The other one was sort of lagging a bit and making everybody sound a little bit low. So we had to replace it and upgrade it, and we got one that has separate speakers and a few more extras. Like nothing spectacular, but it does have Bluetooth technology and some other cool features. We have been expanding our vinyl collection. So today we want to share with you guys some of the new records, and there are a lot.
So with the exception of these two I'm about to show you, we found all the other ones out in the wild.
In other words, the others are vintage. The first two are actually new.
So the first two I actually bought from Target. Target surprisingly has a decent selection of vinyl records. Go figure. And they're not very expensive either.
And Walmart has them too.
I haven't bought any from Walmart.
I've seen them there. But usually they're pretty picked over because they seem to have really gained popularity, so they go really quickly.
Yeah. Well, I bought these online, so I didn't actually go to the store and pick them up. The first one that I got was Erasure the Innocents.
I love this one.
Yes. I wore the heck out of this tape.
Me too. Yeah, I had the tape. I did not have the vinyl
I did not
of this
either.
one.
This was a must-add to the collection. The other one I got is Depeche Mode Black Celebration. We're both huge Depeche Mode fans, and this was an excellent album. I also want to get Music for the Masses, but they didn't have that one on Target.com, and I'm looking for that one in the wild.
Also, my favorite is 101.
Well, 101 has a lot of the songs from all the different albums, but I definitely want 101, but that will be harder to find than Music for the Masses will be to find.
All right, so we'll be on the lookout for those.
So if you see them, let me know.
I mean, these are like impossible to find in the wild, so he ordered them. We have the new, but I think they're original cover work. It's just the new album. Yeah. All right. So as you guys know, we just came off the 80s cruise. We had such a blast. So we've started collecting albums of the artists that we saw on the 80s cruise or the ones that we're gonna see on the next 80s cruise. So one of the cool things you can do is you can actually go to meet and greets with the artist, and we did attend one of those, but it hasn't made it into any of our videos. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick clip of that. So one of the cool things about this cruise is not only do they have tons of cool bands, but they also do Q&A sessions with the bands.
Behind the music. Behind
the music. Okay, so we are attending the Gene Loves Jezebel Q&A session because we just think that they are great. We really enjoyed their performance. And watch this. Before we left Wichita, we bought their record. So afterwards, we're gonna get him to sign it.
He said, what's your brother's name? Oh, I'm Jezebel, he's Gene. And the art student said, oh, does Gene love Jezebel? And that's where the name came from.
So here is that album. This is Gene Loves Jezebel, Sweetest Thing. And y'all, we got it autographed by Michael Aston, the lead singer. That was so much fun. Here is the autograph. Funny story. Tell them what he said when he signed this.
He's like, oh, that's my twin brother. He goes, but I'll sign it anyway.
Yeah, so the original band was both brothers, and they were identical twins, are identical twins. So you never know who's on the picture. That's actually his brother, but Michael signed it, and he's the lead singer for us for the cruise, so that's awesome. And this is another artist that we saw on the 80s cruise that you probably remember seeing in the concert series. This is ABC Lexicon of Love. So good. It has Shoot That Poison Arrow, which is my favorite one. But it also has The Look of Love and a bunch of other great songs. We've already been enjoying this one.
Yeah, it's really good.
So good. Hey, Keith.
What?
I bet you're excited about this next one.
I am.
She's one of his favorites from the last 80s cruise. It's Belinda Carlisle.
Love Belinda.
She's so pretty.
She's gotten prettier as she's gotten older too.
She has, and she was so cute on the cruise. Like, I loved seeing her run around barefooted on stage. She was the cutest. She had her little tambourine. And then she also gave the commencement speech for the graduation. If you haven't watched that video, be sure and check it out. We will link it below. Now the next two artists are going to be on the 2023 cruise. They've already announced some of the lineup. They'll be adding more bands. They actually added one last week. Do you want to tell them what it was?
Tone Loc, baby!
Tone Loc!
Wild Thing!
Funky Cold Medina.
So these albums will be coming with us because we're going to try to get them signed while we're on the ship.
Right, exactly. So we'll be on the lookout for those artists. So this one is Marshall Crenshaw. And the album is called Field Day. We found this in our local vintage record store recently.
On Record Day.
Yeah, on Record Day last weekend.
Yes.
That's right. We went on Saturday. It was super fun. So anyway, Marshall is going to be on the cruise and he is going to be singing with the Smithereens.
Nice.
So I'm guessing he'll probably, hopefully sing some of his own stuff, and also he'll be singing with the Smithereens. So that's really cool. Another artist we're looking forward to seeing on the next cruise is
Morris Day.
Morris Day. This is Morris Day's album Daydreaming, and we will be seeking out an autograph for this one as well.
I'll be daydreaming about getting his autograph. One of my favorite finds in recent history has been this one, Men at Work, Cargo.
That's such an iconic album.
Yes, I love this album. I had the tape when I was a kid, and my cousin Shane and I, we listened to this every day.
So let's see what some of the hits are on here. It's got Overkill. It's got It's a Mistake. And a bunch of other great songs. Those are like the two big hits.
And another concert announcement, we're actually going to see Men at Work in a concert here in a few months, along with Rick Springfield and John Waite. It's going to be pretty cool.
We're excited about that. It's actually at a nearby casino. So those casino shows are pretty fun because usually it's a smaller venue.
Yeah.
So I am so excited for Men at Work.
All right, who doesn't love Madonna? Especially back in the Like a Virgin times.
I had this tape. I wore this thing out. It's Madonna Like a Virgin. Now, when we spotted this in the store, I thought that it was like a reproduction because it's in really good condition.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's an 80s record album. It's in fantastic condition, and we got it at our local record store.
Next one is Foreigner 4. We recently saw them in concert, and they were actually celebrating the 40th anniversary of this album.
And that concert was so good.
It was really good.
This next one, I think we might have paid the most for this one.
I think we did. We broke the bank.
I mean, it was like $20. Most of these are around $10 to $12. This one was $20, but it was extra special to me because I loved this album when I was younger. It came out actually in 1990, and it is the beloved Happiness album. Part of the reason I really wanted this album is because if you've seen our video where I give a tour of my bedroom, I was playing this album. I said, we need to turn on some music, and I turned on the tape, and I pushed play, and it was a song off of this album. It was The Sun Rising. Yeah, number 6, The Sun Rising. But that's not really their most famous song. Their most popular is actually the first one on here, and it is titled Hello. And I don't know if you guys remember that song. Do you remember it? It has all the different names.
Oh yeah, it was great.
These guys were more kind of like edgy new wave, I guess I would describe them. They were definitely new wave and kind of alternative, and definitely more popular probably in the UK. We've had some of our UK viewers say they were surprised that I was listening to this.
I have to say they were pretty popular because even in Nacogdoches,
you knew that song?
I knew that song.
That one song, Hello.
Just that one.
But the whole album's really good.
Another great find was The Police, Synchronicity.
This is a great album, probably their most popular one, and I love the album art on this one, so it's going to look great on our wall.
It's going to look really good. And this one, I definitely go to side B right away.
Side B features Every Breath You Take,
King of Pain,
and Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Great songs.
So good. Next up, Mr. Mister. This is their Welcome to the Real World album. Cool cover. And it features their two most popular songs, Broken Wings and Kyrie.
And Kyrie we recently talked about in one of our podcasts.
Yeah, because you made me guess the lyrics to that one.
That's right.
And I got them right.
Yes, she did. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, I sang it in choir, so there's that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have picked Kyrie.
Yeah.
This next one really has me want to putting on the Ritz. A little taco.
I love
And I'm not
this.
talking about what you eat.
I mean, taco is so cool and creative. I love this picture too. Look at that. How cool is he? So, if you haven't heard of Taco, if you have heard of him, you probably are familiar with his most famous song, Puttin' on the Ritz. But he had this really creative way of taking like old school, like classic hits, and then like changing them up and adding beats and stuff. It was very innovative at the time, really still.
Yeah.
And we've already listened to this one, and it was so good.
It was really good. Yeah, and about a year ago, our friends over at 80s Now did an interview with him on their podcast.
Yes.
It was a great interview. So go check out their podcast and find this interview.
Yeah, so it's 1980s Now. We will link it below. All right, Keith, who is up next?
That would be Pat Benatar.
Now, you guys know we love Pat Benatar.
Yeah, best song on this one is Shadows of the Night.
Shadows of the Night. This is the Get Nervous album, and the cover art is really cool.
I love the cover on this one. We couldn't come home without a little Hall & Oates.
Oh man, I grabbed this thing so fast when I saw it. It features the song Method of Modern Love, which is one of our favorite Hall & Oates songs. Y'all know we saw them in concert with our friends, and then we were with Chris and Kim at the Antique Mall when we found this thing. It's just a great album. This is the Big Bam Boom album.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. But I love the cover art. Look how cool that is. Woo!
This next one is all Abby.
I did pick this one out. This is Irene Cara. And you guys know her most popular song, What a Feelin'. And she is featured on, of course, the Flashdance soundtrack. But this is her solo album, and there's a very special reason I wanted it, because it has this song on it that's super rare. I've been looking for the song all over Spotify. It's not on there. Couldn't find it anywhere. She sang the song called Breakdancin'.
So are you saying the internet has been scrubbed?
The internet has been scrubbed of breakdancing. I have my theories about that. Maybe she's embarrassed by it. I don't know. Because she raps on that song. And it's pretty 80s. Like, it's super 80s. But it's called Breakdancin'. Keith, remember when my friend and I did the whole Say No to Drugs rap contest?
For everyone that's seen that, how could you forget that?
All right. If you haven't seen it, oh my goodness, you need to watch it. It's a must-see on our channel.
You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. Drugs would never be a part of my life.
Okay, so that song, we used the background for our rap. We wrote our original lyrics, but the background was Breakdancin' by Irene Cara. So I can't ever find that song anywhere. So now I have it.
Wow, I feel like we're in an episode of Behind the Music.
And there you go.
Last but not least, this has to be probably the biggest collaboration of the 80s, maybe of all times. We Are the World. I remember watching this on TV.
Me too. Look at all of the famous people that sang on the We Are the World album. We've got Chicago, Huey Lewis, Steve Perry, Kenny Rogers, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, Michael Jackson. I mean, dozens. But those are the ones that are listed here.
So the cool thing about this, it says these are previously unreleased songs. Now they've probably been released now. But
I
hey,
guess.
at the time, these songs had never seen the light of day.
Yeah, so they had some extra songs on there from these bonus artists. And then inside it has all of these great pictures. How cool. So this was a total find. It's in excellent condition. We found it at the Antique Mall in Phoenix. And there was no way that we weren't coming home with We Are the World.
That's like the biggest earworm of the 80s.
I mean, you call yourself an 80s channel, you gotta have We Are the World
That's
on the record wall.
We're representing. All right, Abby, I think it's time to go listen to some of these albums.
I agree. We will see you guys next time. We're going to jam.